There's so many ways to fix your credit, but we're going to talk about the 5 best credit repair hacks to knock the credit bureaus out. So sit back, relax, grab a pen, get some paper, get something to drink. We going to get straight into it. Recent studies by the FTC show that 21% of Americans had verified errors on their credit report, all right? So when you look at your credit report, you're going to have inaccurate information on your credit report, but I want you to understand this. Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax still get paid whether they're reporting correct information or incorrect information. Remember, they're in the business of making money, so they don't really care if it's incorrect or not. They still collecting these checks. But there are ways to fix that. And one of the ways you want to leverage is factual disputing. So you want to dispute based off of facts. Now, how you dispute based off of facts, all right? You want to grab the credit Bible, right? You want to get into the word really quick. So you want to go to 15 U.S.C. 1681 EB. Now, accuracy report. Whenever a consumer reporting agency prepares a consumer report, it shall follow reasonable procedure to assure maximum possible accuracy of the information concerning the individual about whom the report relates. All right. So what do you want to do is you want to grab this letter, free secret letter, and you want to send this letter to Experian, to TransUnion, to Equifax. So what you're doing is you're disputing based off of facts. So when you look at your report, when you get your report, you're going to see Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. You're going to see a lot of incorrect information on that report. So you want to send this letter out to Experian, to TransUnion, to Equifax to reinvestigate the completeness and accuracy of those accounts. Now, they're supposed to send you the investigation back. Now, when you look at that investigation, some of your accounts are going to come back verified. Let me let you know that some of these accounts will come back verified. Some of them will get deleted, but some of them will come back verified. And that's okay, because now you want to dispute based off of facts again, all right? So if they come back verified, next what you want to do is ask for the description of how they verify those accounts. All right. So 15 USC 1681 I-7 asks for the description of how they verify those accounts. All right. Now it's going to take about 30 days for them to respond back. And most likely they're not going to respond back, but they have to respond back to you within 15 days according to that law. All right. So when you send your first letter in, this letter in, and you asking them to investigate the completeness and accuracy, they have 30 days to respond back to you. And then when you ask for your next, when you send your next letter in and you ask for the description, they have 15 days to respond to you. And technically, sometimes they don't. So what you want to do next is leverage the laws, all right? You want to leverage multiple laws on your third letter, all right? So you want to say, hey, according to 15 USC 1681 I-5, and we can go to it really quick. So 15 USC 1681 I-5, when you sent that letter in, Experian and TransUnion and Equifax were supposed to update or modify those accounts, all right? So according to this law right here, treatment of inaccurate or unverifiable information in general, if after any reinvestigation under paragraph 1, the information disputed by a consumer, a item of the information is found to be inaccurate or incomplete or cannot be verified, the consumer reporting agency shall, keyword shall, promptly delete that item of information from the file of the consumer or modify that item of information as appropriate based on the results of the reinvestigation and promptly notify the furnisher of that information that the information has been modified or deleted from the file. All right, so they violated multiple laws. Here's why: because you sent the letter in asking them to reinvestigate the completeness and accuracy of those accounts. They didn't update, they didn't modify, they didn't fix nothing, right? Then you ask them to provide a description. That's another law that they violated. So now you want to send your third letter in, telling them all the laws that they violated. So that's how you dispute based off of facts. My next favorite hack is leveraging this place right here, the CFPB. Here's why. Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax will likely violate your rights, but at least we have somebody to hold them accountable to knock them out. But in order to knock them out, we need to have facts. We want to leverage the laws. We want to document everything that happened, all right? Now, the CFPB isn't 100% guaranteed. I want you to understand that. But if you send a letter because you have incorrect information on your credit report, guess what? You can leverage the CFPB. If they didn't respond to you in a timely manner, guess what? You can create a complaint and leverage the CFPB. If they violated your rights, if they didn't do something they weren't supposed to do, guess what? You can file a complaint with a CFPB, document, tell everything that happened, or if you've been a victim of identity theft, now you can leverage the CFPB with them, But I would suggest you go talk to an attorney if you've been a victim of identity theft, all right? Because you'll get compensated. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But the CFPB is a good place to help you remove those negative accounts. Now, I got a lot of questions saying, can I only use them once? You can use them multiple times, all right? So I just want you to understand that, hey, if you do one complaint, don't give up, because sometimes, like I said, experience turns you, experience turns you into Equifax or the business of making money, all right? They don't care if your information is incorrect. I want you to understand that. So you want to send off multiple complaints. All right. So if it doesn't happen the first time, you can send another complaint in. If it doesn't happen that time, send a letter in and do the same process over and then send another complaint in. Just don't give up on the process. Another way to help you get results is leveraging the FDCPA. All right. 15 USC 1692. Now, I want to read this really quick so you can understand what's going on. There is an abundant evidence of the use of abusive, deceptive, and unfair debt collection practices by many debt collectors. Abusive debt collection practices contribute to the number of personal bankruptcies, to marital instability, to the loss of jobs, and to the invasion of individual privacy under 15 USC 1692. So, knowing that you can leverage the laws are in place to help you, right? So, let's just say a collection agency sends you a letter. One, what you want to do is create a letter telling them you refuse to pay this debt because you have a lot going on, or whatever the case may be. Not just because you have a lot going on, whatever your circumstances is. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not you, but whatever you have going on, whether you can't pay it or not, whatever their circumstances is, let them know, all right? You refuse to pay this debt based off of whatever you have going on, all right? Now, if they call you, because usually they're going to call you, you can tell them, hey, this is an inconvenient time for me to talk right now. And tell them, I don't got time to talk. Don't call me back. Whatever the case may be, handle that situation. Don't be afraid to pick up the phone and let them know that, hey, this is not a good time for me to talk. All right. Now, another thing you want to do is leverage is if they text you, guess what? You can tell them, hey, I refuse to pay this debt. I have a lot going on. Hey, leave me alone. All right. And if they respond back to you by any means, by sending a letter, calling you, sending you an email, guess what? That's a violation. All right. Same thing for a call. When you tell them, hey, this is not a good time. This is not a good time for me to talk. Leave me alone. I refuse to pay this debt. Guess what? They're supposed to cut off communication. Another thing, like I said before, after you send your first letter in and you tell them, hey, this is not a good time. Not a good time. I refuse to pay this debt. I have a lot going on. Whatever the case may be, guess what? They're supposed to stop communicating with you. Now, if they send you an email, same exact process, right? So if they send you an email and you let them know that, hey, I refuse to pay this debt. I have a lot going on, whatever the circumstances might be, guess what? They're supposed to stop communicating with you. And if they do communicate with you, guess what? You want to document that, because I'm gonna have the lawyer's description in the description as a reference. So if you have all this documentation, guess what? He can possibly help you out. All right. So another way to remove accounts from your credit report is, of course, leveraging Metro 2. Now, when it comes to fixing credit, as we talked about before, nothing is guaranteed, but here's another method that can actually help you get those accounts removed from your credit report. Now, what's the purpose of Metro 2? The primary purpose of the Metro 2 format is to provide a consistent and accurate method for reporting credit information. All right. And here are the components of reporting correct information. All right. Account information need to be correct. Consumer information, status codes. There are multiple things when it comes to reporting your information to the credit bureaus are supposed to be correct. All right. Now, I'm not going to go into detail on all the different codes and all that, but this is a way you can leverage these codes to help you remove those accounts from your credit report. And one of the best places you can go to is leveraging Dispute Panda. All right. Now, it's a software that you can use. You can pay for credit monitoring. They'll drop up multiple things in Metro 2 to help you remove those accounts from your credit report. All right. Now, I have a video pinned up here or in the description so you can reference on how to leverage Metro 2 and create your letter to knock the credit bureaus out. Now, here's the best method to help you remove those negative accounts off your credit report is leveraging the law. All right. Leveraging a lawyer, leveraging a law firm. All right. So Mr. Aaron Swift, right? Him and his team. Now, this process takes time, all right? Because he's getting all the documentation, building up a case. As we know, when you go to court, you build up a case. He's documenting everything. So when Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, and these debt collectors violate your rights, guess what? He's building up a case to help present for you, to help you get these accounts permanently removed from your credit report and pay you. So him and his team is one of the best ways to help you remove those accounts off your credit report. Now, if you're trying to buy a house, if you're trying to get a car, whatever the case may be, he is not the best method to go to. But if you're willing to wait, if you're willing to, all right, the next year, 2 years, I'm not going to do nothing with credit. I'm going to get these accounts removed from my credit report. Guess what? He is the best solution for you. But if you're not willing to wait, guess what? The other methods will help you get those accounts. Now, nothing's guaranteed when it comes to fixing your credit, as we talked about before, but his solution, his way of doing it is one of the best ways to help you remove those negative accounts and permanently get off your credit report so you can move on with your life. All right. So those are some of the methods that will help you remove those negative accounts off your credit report. Now, if you haven't got the free secret letter, the link is in the description or pinned to the comments. Make sure you grab it, send off your first letter so you can knock the credit bureaus out. I'll have some more references in the description. So if you need to watch an in-depth training on how to leverage Metro 2, on how to leverage the CFPB, I got you. Everything's going to be in the description. All right. So go grab your free secret letter.